125-pounder, but it is something that he gets to do tonight going up a weight class. So I know his teammates and his coach are looking for him to step up, and Mr. Seaton is an in and out of the lineup guy for the Jackrabbits. So two guys that maybe weren't going to compete tonight, and they're on the mat.
Yeah, Seaton 9-6 on the year. He's dropped each of his last 3, but all those to ranked opponents. The Iowa City native who won the Tiger-style invite back in November. And Neiner, just west of Seattle, the youngest of 3 brothers, ages 30 and 29, so comes from the School of Hard Knocks.
Yeah. Good action from Neiner there. He went sweep single. Seaton able to pull him up and do an overhook wizard position and kind of threaten him and back him out. So some of these matches, there's already more action there in the first 40 than some of our first matches at 174 and 184. So Seaton, a good job of getting to left side underhook, trying to do a little throw by position. Again, left side underhook from Seaton. You're going to want to see him get his head in the action. He's got collar pulling the head down. I think ideally he's going to want to get to a front headlock position from here. He goes to the exact same attack. It's not necessarily a high C from the underhook, but it's more of like a throw by, trying to get his head on the outside. No 3 offered there from that attack because the whizzer was in. Good job by Seaton. That's 2 times that whizzer position has saved him from a takedown.
We talked about Guanajuato's emotions with Clay Carlson at the end of the 125 match, and Seaton in a similar situation. I mean, Clay Carlson jokes he's trying to have Seaton wrestle like he did, and if you can emulate a guy like Clay Carlson, that's a pretty good little role model to have there.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, it's a balance. The best coaches are able to instill things that were successful for them that are universal, but it's going to be really hard to be exactly like Clay Carlson, you know. So I think what he's talking about is all these, just the effort, right? You know, you find yourself in a position you like, go and get an attack. Go and get an attack. Pressure on him. That was kind of the Clay Carlson mantra, and it usually paid off in the 3rd period. Good run around drag position. See, that's the effort, right? When you create action consistently, good things happen.
And one of the words that comes up when you talk to the coaching staff about Seaton, and I think we've seen it here so far, is stingy.
Yeah, I think it's those 2 positions, right? Maybe someone else concedes a takedown when their hip touches the mat and they have their legs gathered up, but he's able to slip a whizzer in, get his hips up, keep the position neutral. So instead of looking at getting off bottom to get an escape and stay in the match, we got a 3-0 match with 30 seconds of riding time because he fought off 2 positions and was stingy. 10 seconds left here. It's looking like this is where the period is going to finish. Seaton has a cross wrist held, releases it. Not a lot of effort from Neiner there to be off the mat. 3-0 going in the 2nd period. Cal Baptist choice. They defer. The SSU coaching staff immediately kick. Clay Carlson says, we're going down. And he says, don't waste any time.
Clay Carlson was a model student athlete at SDSU. I mean, the intelligence, the athletic ability, the work ethic.
Model human, for sure. I have extreme respect for Clay on and off the mat.
Can we give Eric Eckerman a shout-out here? Because it's natural to ride on the officials, as we often do. We haven't talked about him much because he stayed out of the way. He's let the wrestlers do their thing. He stepped in a couple of times when he's had to. But you talked about it earlier on about trying to not have the officials step in. We joked about that with a potential stall in our first match at 74. I think he's done a great job tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. I think there's times that you need to insert yourself into a match, and there's times you don't. And if you're able to find that balance, that's good officiating because you want the wrestling to tell the result, not a call, right? Great. See that underhook position that he's been doing earlier. He's able to keep it on his feet this time. On the backside, he splits that leg and shelves it. He's going to want to try and clear his underhook hand now and use that hand to get to leg. He does. Really good finish. Clay Carlson saying cut him. Damian Hahn giving the dog whistle, letting him know he also would like him to cut him. At some point, it's going to be an escape. Shoots him off the mat. It should be a stall, I would say. Not even an action call offered or stall. Damian Hahn says, what was that? He was looking for a stall as well. This is consistent with what we've seen. We're a minute into the 2nd period, and that the floodgates, that dam is starting to open up, right? We're digging hooks, passing ties, moving to legs. At some point, you might see the stripes insert themselves into the match with a stall call, except for Neiner's able to get back to a leg again. He hasn't gotten tight to a leg since that first period. Big runaround position, though. Going to finish on top. Here's the goal from the Jackrabbit corner with 30 seconds left to get your riding time up. Major decision currently in play for the Jackrabbits.
Yeah, Seaton has not messed around.
Yeah, good effort, right? And I think it's what you mentioned earlier. Clay Carlson wants him to emulate what he does, not necessarily technique-wise, not wrestling-wise, but maybe it's effort, right? And good action and good effort and good things usually happen from that. You got 5 seconds for a ride out here. And you're looking at riding time being a factor as well. It's gonna be.
We talked about Carlson. There's another guy that could do it. Tanner Sloan, multiple-time All-American, a national finalist 3 years ago.
Tanner Sloan was a part of the build, right? It was when the program was taking some ups and downs. He was a consistent guy, a foundational piece of the program getting to where it is today. And yeah, selfishly, a good run of 97. It was good to see a guy like that step up and take the weight class and the program to new heights. Another attack that he's tried to get to multiple times in the match. It works this time. You would love to see him step Turk here. He covers the hip, so 3 is offered. He's going to have to climb up unless the ref says that his hand's stuck, which he does, and offers a stalemate. You'll see that often with the drop-down position. If the takedown resulted in the drop-down position and your hand's stuck, they'll let you stalemate there. You see him step over, and you see that bottom hand stuck underneath the hip. He can't release it, so he's not going to give a count. He's just going to stalemate and let him go back to the middle. And Seaton immediately says, I'll go back to my feet. Got 13-3 right now.
That's a great shot by our crew there. Bringing you inside the action tonight here at First Bank and Trust Arena.
Run around again. It's just effort. Big lift for a takedown here. Roll. Looking for swipes. No swipes. 16-3. They say go again. Cut him again. Go again. Takedown here. Gets a tech fall. 1 minute to do that.
We've had 2 decisions. A couple of majors. And then the pin by Guanajuato.
It's just the pressure. The pressure starts to wear. Seaton reacts. It's going to be a runaround for a tech here. He says, no, I'll do a re-attack rotor. You don't know anything about wrestling. And covers the ankle for a 3-point takedown and a tech fall for the Jackrabbits. 19-4. If riding time came in, it'd be 20-4. Good effort from the Jackrabbit Seaton.
Yeah, Cale Seaton, very businesslike. He attacked with great vigor and dominates Mitchell Neiner at 133 tonight.